My stream is working now. I hope. Let me check creator dashboard to make sure that important thingies have been thingied. Stream info. Stream info is showing correct tags and correct go live. Okay. So now we check the volumes. The volumes is good. Now for the Twitter notification. Twitter. Go tweet.
Oh,
Hello.
I'm using these headphones for the first time, so can y'all hear like fans or anything in the background?
I cannot.
Nope.
Cool. Great. It is also super raining right now. It feels like I'm in a car wash, so heads up about that.
Oh dear. Alright. Let's see. D&D returns. Oh my god, I can't fucking stop yawning. Oh, I'm so tired and I hate my life. I don't hate my life. Just too much shit going on. I swear to god. Alright, what did I say? I said D&D returns. Yay. Where is everyone? They are late. If you're not early, you're late. And it is 6:30, so you're actually late. Hello.
Hello.
It is a Sven.
I am here to commit heinous acts against mankind.
Good. It's the energy we need right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's thunderstorming, it's war time. So,
It's just rainy and soupy here.
I wish it was rainy and soupy over here. It's been
Well,
warm.
You're on fire.
Yeah, and I don't like it. It's not normal for Oregon.
It's the name
you're
of
on
Oregon.
fire.
I mean, am I wrong? The entire, like, western half of North America is pretty much on fire right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
you're
Pacific Northwest is not doing so hot. Well, it's doing
well, there,
very
it's
hot,
really
actually.
hot.
Yeah, Northwest had that heat bubble.
Yeah, it's been Garbo mode.
Hello, greetings.
Hello.
Greetings.
I just found out some great news, which is that my ex-husband, who's just gotten engaged recently to someone else, good for him, good luck. I had asked his brother, my brother-in-law, if he could ask my ex if my ex would be willing to give something back that he never gave to me after we got divorced, because he was being a little baby at the time, although I did not tell the brother-in-law that. And apparently my ex would be happy to return that and some other things that he kept back in the day, which, oh, really now? So, hooray, everybody. Good news.
Alright, let's kick off a stupid
Yay,
breaky
I wish my
thingy
ex would give
before
me back the shit that he
we
still has.
go while
But
people are
he's holding
bitching
it
about
hostage
past
because he knows
relationships.
that once I get my stuff, I'm gonna cut contact with him completely.
What does he have? What does he have?
I don't even remember.
Then give it up and cut contact anyway. Consider it a lost cause.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Ugh.
Just do it. Deny him the satisfaction.
I did that with someone I was living with, and yeah, I just was like, cut and run. Goodbye.
Or
Breaking
send him a giant bag of sugar-free gummy bears every
Sugar-free
week.
Haribo gummy bears?
Yes.
But those are expensive.
But
You don't need
revenge
many.
bears.
Revenge bears.
Just send him a glittergram.
Hell yeah.
I would if I could, man. Also, I would send him a big bag of dicks if I could.
Yeah, the dick bag.
Yeah, because that's what he
Your own dick bag.
is.
Ah, the bar.
I'm just finishing up this last minute map. And
You're fine. I'm pulling up my character sheet and running.
Also,
And running.
Oh, getting the stupid 30-second ad break thing out of the way on the stream so that we have a little bit where people don't have to watch an ad when they load in.
Wish for Aetheria. Let's fucking do it!
I'm so excited. I love it.
Dude, it's been so long since we played D&D. Like, I've
Hell
got the
yeah.
twitchies.
I know, it's been a hot ass minute since we've
Fucking
been
Guys,
here.
I went back to working in the office since last time we had a call. My whole world has changed.
Ooh.
yeah, I'm in a summer class right. I started a summer class today. I started a summer job last week. I finished
Nice.
it in compete last week. It's very humid, so my cat is here licking herself on the windowsill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Would be though.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh, that is a
Just
Crystal
resize
Hunts
this
notification.
motherfucking
Shall
map.
minimize that. Needs other
No,
window.
motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker.
Oh my god, I have to log into Roll20.
Because I know I had to as well because it's been so long.
I'm like, what email did I use? I used an actual email rather than and not just
Oh, no.
like.
Also, I saw Beyond 20, at least from my browser, did an update, and I'm like,
Tropical
oh god, I hope I did
goddess.
everything right, so it all syncs up.
Yeah.
You
Alright.
Should be
should be
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
Interesting. I turned on like dark mode, I think, and I hate it. How do I change that?
You click on the little gear.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. The little gear.
Yeah.
The little gear. It's just because everything else is like white, you know, Quest for Aetheria and all that.
Yeah. Quest for Aetheria.
No, I don't want any dark mode. I want both modes available, but I want. Why do they call it Underdark mode, but we don't have a fun name for like Blinded by the Sun mode? What about like a Twilight mode where it's like gray? No, or like I don't know. How about like not entirely black, but mostly black?
Yeah, they should do like 6 options like Tumblr does.
Yeah.
Has
And
options.
like,
LOL. Sorry, Tumblr is funny.
It is
God.
funny.
Oh look, I'm still in the library.
Yeah.
Oh, Timmy,
Yeah.
was Orlando able to make any gold during the small downtime we had just telling fortunes and shit, or?
Yes. Yes, he was.
I probably should have followed up with you about that before the last minute. I
I'll be right
apologize.
back.
That's okay. Also okay, Anthony. Yeah, let's see. I will get back to you on how much he's made. We can hash that out later. But he did make some money, yes.
Can you also remind me if it's like, I think we asked like, was it going to be a few days before we like restarted back up? So like, do I need to choose new spells to remember to play?
Yeah, you can if you want. I was pretty much just gonna like pick up like a little bit after where we left off. But yeah, you can go ahead and like reset all of your shit if you want. Refresh your spells, your spell slots, all that stuff.
Alright.
Okay, I'm just gonna write long
Hopefully
resty
that's not
happening.
too
Long rest,
loud.
confirm.
On the stream.
And now I have
Okay.
to manage my spells.
Amazon Blacksmith, run ad second, we already did that. Stream info set. Watch party no. Raid channel no.
My god, I can prepare another spell. Hell yeah.
Okay, so that's set.
Did everybody level up to 4, by the way?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
I did nothing beyond that, though. I was so lazy.
That's okay. All you really need to do is level up and choose your, like, new actions and stuff if you got them.
Let's resize this shit. Alright, so this window is...
Does somebody else have detect magic?
I think I do. Yep.
Alright. So maybe I'll, like, not prepare that for a No, she would always have that prepared. What is she talking about? Are we planning on, like, traveling today?
More than likely.
Okay, then I will keep Tensor's floating disc prepared. Alright.
I don't even remember what spells Orly picked up on the levels.
Oh, good. I'm ready.
Alright. Just gonna wait for Anthony to get back, and then I'll give everyone a recap.
Alright.
Thank you.
Some spells. Oh, that's right. I picked up Enlarge Reduce. Okay. And what else did I pick? I thought I got 2 when I dinged.
Also, I'm having so much fun, like, designing for my own personal world.
I did.
The
What are you doing,
ancestries,
Judy?
cultures, and I invented this whole thing for religions, because, yeah, based on R-N-W's Ancestries and Cultures of Hemlin, then I'm just gonna be like, everyone should get that, it's so excellent. But, anyway.
Nice.
It feels much more organic than the basic race setup, like, where you have, like, it's nature and nurture, it's not just, yeah, you're a human, you're just like every single other human that ever was. Or like, yes, you're an orc, you're monstrous, or blah, blah. I know, like, they've lessened that in more editions in terms of, like, all orcs are evil, but still, like, okay, but, like, some humans are from, like, downtown, and some humans are from, like, the boonies, and that's not the same thing. So, it's fun. I'm enjoying myself.
Timmy, if you get a spare second, could you just swing by the stream and make sure the sound levels sound okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alright. And also, because I don't think I mentioned on the Aetheria boards, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, we actually made affiliate on the live stream channel we've been using for the Shattered Isles stuff and for this. So, hopefully we'll be able to, you know, start doing things with it soon.
Such as?
Making money.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I like the sound of that. All right.
I mean, at most it's going to be pennies, but...
But hey, then we can pull it together to buy more stuff so that we can boost our characters. So everyone listen and get your friends to listen so that we can have more spells.
How many people listen to the stream even?
Right now our viewership kind of runs a little low. Like our max concurrent viewers so far has been like 7 or 10. But
that's still like, having never been on like anything like that at all, that still feels like a lot of people.
It's just a start, and I'm trying to up the engagement on Twitter and YouTube to see if I can draw more viewers in. And
I work in social media marketing, so hit me up if you wanna coordinate and do something.
You do, don't you? You can design all the posters because I know you love that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, my now husband is a social media marketing minion as well, and I've been like, honey, I need you to do this for me, and he's like, I'm sleeping. I'm like, you don't get to sleep. Alright,
I personally love sleeping. Today, my class, I'm taking this like 2-week summer class about youth movements in America. And so today we talked about the definition of like what social movements actually are, because there is like a definition and it's not just like people are doing things and it's more than one person doing it. But then we also talked about child labor. And I'm like, fun. Delightful.
I forget how I created
And then there was also an
folder.
article on, I'm not sure why I'm telling you this, but there's also an article, like, the New York Times sends out, like, a daily newsletter every morning, and the, like, headliner this morning was about, like, the sort of, how basically remote schooling is essentially like not being in school, just based on how much less productive it is in terms of, like, learning and how much less you learn and engagement and stuff. And now, like, a lot of people are like, wait a second, we don't want to send our kids back to school.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because it's also, you know, a lot of it's like there's a significant number of like minority populations who are like, hold on, we don't, you know, who are mistrustful of the vaccine because they were not, you know, whatever people did not like target effectively like how to educate people around vaccines. So
yeah, I've seen a couple things pop up on my newsfeed that I haven't read yet about like how people have started to view school as optional just because of how the whole lockdown thing went with remote learning. Juniper, get the fucking cat. Alright, I'll move it.
I mean, my nephew's 5, so like that's like not quite half his life, but like a significant portion of his life. And like my mother-in-law emeritus like took him and his sister to the zoo, and his sister was like, oh yay, back to the zoo finally, and he was like, I don't want to go, I'm scared, something bad will happen at the zoo.
Oh dear.
Yeah, my cousin is a first grade teacher, and my cousin is a first grade teacher, and they just started bringing some cohorts back in person, and some of them have never like been to school, so it's like very strange
100 miles.
for her to have students that old, and they're like, all right, school time now.
Butts and seats.
What was the
What is
question?
school butts and seats?
I didn't hear the second half of that, but she works in like around Atlanta, the school system in Atlanta, public schools.
Yeah.
Time to delicately place some
I have
mountains.
a friend that's also a teacher in in Atlanta. It's been
There's one
crazy.
person in the class who teaches in the school district that I grew up in. There's someone else who teaches in the school district my mother taught in when I was a young child. And there's someone else who teaches at the elementary school that the high school that my mom went to in like the early 60s. And I'm like, are you kidding?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, there is also someone phoning in from Germany, which is pretty nice. But I mean, like, they're from Michigan or something, so.
Yeah. Also, Silver, the volume seems fine, I think.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I just didn't know because I have that I have a playlist running in the background from YouTube that's supposed to be royalty free, so.
Oh, okay. I didn't even hear music.
Oh, maybe I have to turn it up then.
I also have my Chrome volume like pretty low, so.
That could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony's back.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, excellent.
7.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. All
Grassy
right.
ass.
And with that, let's jump back into the world of Aetheria.
Yay.
All right. So last session, continuing through your journey through the city of Vertili, you overheard about something about the gunk coming towards the city. So you all went to go check it out in the outskirts, and as you examined the outskirts, you did in fact see the gunk there, and large clusters of crystal were forming already, which seemed odd in itself because it just seemed to sprout up from nowhere. As you guys finagled with the crystals and tried to examine it a bit, there was a monster that seemed to have come out of said gunk, and that had never been seen before or heard of before. So it was a big, hey, what the fuck kind of moment of what the hell's going on. Thankfully, you guys were able to beat up the monster with relative ease. And then you all moved back to the city to sort of examine the monster. And you learned that, with its skin and its hide, its scales, it is not affected by the gunk. So you had the idea of, oh, maybe we could like make armor out of it to get through the gunk safely. And all this stuff. You also found out that it wasn't filled with guts or organs or even regular blood. It just seemed like it was filled with its own minor form of viscous gunk that was like semi-acidic. And that, yeah. And then Guar, Arj, and Todd went to go play some festival games. Where Arj won one of the games and picked up a potion, and he is now teal for the next 24 hours. He's teal for the next 24 hours. So now you have this teal blue bear with you.
You might say it's a blueberry.
He's a blueberry. So the boys have been goofing off, playing festival games, while Gisola Bella is trying to study and be productive. And that's where we enter tonight's session.
LOL, what is productivity? We just don't know.
Did last time by going like into like the library because he just got bored with outside and wandered inside. So Arj is inside.
Arj is back inside. Yes.
He's just like standing kind of awkwardly in the doorway like a coat tree.
Yeah. I have a actual map for the library now.
Oh, nice.
So let us make our way over.
Very pretty.
Ooh.
Go. Place yourselves. I'm just reusing NPC number 3 token for Iridessa for now. I didn't make a token for her.
That's a great name.
Yeah. Anthony, there's a lot of static coming from your mic.
Oh, is there? That's my bad. I'll turn up my sensitivity.
All good, sweet pea.
Oh, this is like a consistent issue.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still going?
Nope,
No,
it's all
it is
better
not.
now.
Okay.
It is all better now.
Bless.
Yes. All right. Another thing that was learned is you don't. So Gisola Bella has been trying to find more information about the Fountain of Cerulean, and although she can't find any information on where it is specifically in this library, there is a very good chance that that sort of information would be in the library that's located in the Kingdom of Sinella, just over to the east. And yeah.
Did Guar figure out how to make like armor of any kind from the creature's flesh?
Yes. Yes.
I
He
have
is
to put
able to do that
rivers.
if he wishes.
Yes. We'll spend the next while then making gloves for Orly.
Aww.
Aww.
Itty bitty gloves. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I need to make a check for it, or do I just do it?
I mean, you're proficient with that kind of shit, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm proficient with Smith's tools.
if you're good at it, I don't want it to be like, oh, by the way, you like are shitty at it now, lol. So,
Oh,
like,
okay.
just like go for it.
Alright. Because I know this was a material like nobody's ever worked with before, so I was curious.
I mean, I guess that's true too. And it is rather. Yeah, go make a roll for it.
Alright, Smith's... oh god. Smith's tools. Use tool. Proficiency. I nat 20'd.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah. We love to see it. So yeah, despite this being a brand new material and it being for tiny little baby man hands, you you were able to make sick gloves out of the hide of whatever the fuck that thing is.
War has
And-
just spent all this time in the library with like one of those like goldsmith like eyeglasses on.
He's got
And like every time he has to weld something, a little like jolt of lightning comes from his horn and welds it.
Oh,
okay, that's
I
crazy
love
and
that.
hilarious.
I love that for him. I really do.
I love that also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Also, while Guar is working on that, I will have gone over to him, since I assume that it's already happened, since he's already done the rule stuff for it, and you already told us the stuff. I will have gone over and told him about the library, and that news will be circulated to all the characters, since it's now been said.
Okay.
Excellent. Is Guar in the library?
Unless they'd have kicked him out for working on it in the library, yes.
Okay. Put him in the library then, on the map.
Yes.
Yeah, Orly
Um,
was doing his thing in the taverns, trying to make the monies, so.
Yes. I'll just go ahead and bring Todd in. Because everybody else fucked off.
World textures, water.
Probably just gonna be like,
water
excuse
ten.
me. Where
I'd be
are my
like,
No,
friends?
it's like that
Where the
really
homies at?
vibrant
Where
color.
are my friends? Here we go. I'll
Wait.
just have him be sitting by Guar, just like watching him intently as he crafts tiny little baby gloves.
Baby man. Baby.
Baby!
Oh, the greatest
Hi,
name in the universe.
Toonies.
It is good. Alright.
I'm just going between book and watching because that is the person I am.
Scream. Okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Hi, littles.
Also, I hope you all notice that there's now a tavern outside. So, like, south of the library.
beer garden.
Oh, I see. You put it right there. That's fair.
One of them
What if the tavern and the library were just connected?
Oh, like Barnes and Noble with a cafe?
Yeah.
So you can drink
The
while
library
you
has a
think.
beer garden. It's very hip.
Yeah, it's where all the cool kids like to hang out.
I'm putting
Poor
way too
Iridescent.
much effort into this damn
Yeah.
map.
She is a very patient
Grass
lady.
Oh, that's my swamp texture. About a 75%.
So, I have found out all that I could find out about things that I could possibly want to find out about. So, I'm gonna go be like, Bar?
Yeah, what's up?
How much longer for this?
Hmm?
How much longer for this?
Oh, I mean, I'm just putting on the finishing touches. I know Orly likes blue, so I wanted to put some blue in there.
Blue is a very good color. I have to agree. Not biased or anything.
Solabella sort of reaches up and like pats her turban. Blue is a nice color, and also like maybe the entirety of her dress, because most of that is blue also.
Well, I know that Orly wasn't happy with the gloves idea in the first place, but maybe he'll warm up to it if it's in something he likes.
And hey, maybe he'll warm up to them if we're cold and the gloves make him warm.
Oh my god.
I don't
that
think these have very
hurt
good insulation.
so much.
But how would you know? This is a brand new material. I'm amazed you can work with it at all. You must be very gifted.
Thank you.
It looks like that you're a natural.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time working on, like, watches and things, and, so having that practice with the smaller, finer touches has really helped.
Nice.
Did you figure out?
I can't do anything like that, so...
Well, that's because you have big man hands.
Big man hands!
Yeah, I do. Wait.
Yo!
And then he just sort of like looks at his hands, like, wait.
Wait.
Okay, Solabella looks at her normal human-sized hands. And she looks over at Arj and was like, Arj? Arj, come here.
Eh?
Come here.
Trying
to question.
Yes. Look how big are your hands here? He Arj just like pokes out his claws for measuring. How would I know?
Solabella looks up her hand for comparison. Bigger than mine. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Bigger than mine.
So is he like just spearing books with his claws and then going like, "Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that," or?
No, I think he's like kind of like just kind of like like poking at him and like kind of like like scratching at him, like looking at him with his little claws. I don't know if Arj can read.
Arj is sitting there
follow
like,
him and,
I don't know if I can read.
Books at all.
I don't think Arj knows if he can read.
Yeah.
My name is Arj. I'm an awakened bear, and I never learned how to fucking read.
And I never fucking learned how to read.
Well, it's not like they have a school for bears.
Yeah.
No.
Obviously, Gazzola is gonna have to teach Arj how to read.
Yeah.
Like the general idea for Arj's background is he became awakened, and then he just kind of like stumbled into being a ranger because like he could make money for like doing what he does normally, like like hunting creatures around the town and protecting it and stuff. So
Yeah.
Arj has just been like kind of just chilling. He didn't learn how to read.
Yeah.
It's not an applicable skill anyways. It's pretty useless, so.
Who needs reading anyway?
Um,
Me.
Books are for nerds.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, Isabella, but like, you know.
I'm offended. Thank you.
Speaking of nerds that read books, Gisela Bella, did you find anything?
Not superly much, but I know where we should go next if we want to do my thing and maybe Guar's thing and learn more about Cerulia, so maybe we can help make Maximilian happy and maybe, you know, solve the problem of, I'm sorry, like, Gisela Bella would absolutely know how to pronounce it, just Becca the player isn't, idiot.
Please.
Hypothetically, you know, we could go do that and then maybe, you know, solve the gun problem, become heroes. You know, after we die, maybe we'd become, I don't know, godly worth, you know, we'd be worshipped as gods. Not that I would personally want that, but maybe you would. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to do that. I'm going to do that. It would be a lot easier with you and Mistress Flora's help, though. She laughs, definitely not anxiously at all. Very anxiously, actually.
Wow.
I don't need to roll an insight check to know that you're anxious on that.
Nor should you have to.
No. Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. Oh.
Duh.
So how much of that skin is left, Guar?
Skin? DM, how much skin is left?
So many.
You're only making one tiny little pair of gloves.
You used like 1/64th of like its foot for your fucking gloves.
Yeah, that's kind of valid. I have a lot left. Do you want to like
something cool like boots so that we can walk on this stuff?
Oh yeah, that probably would have been the smarter alternative. Well, we need to travel anyways, so maybe while we're traveling I can tinker with it in the cart if we travel by cart.
Yeah, we'll think of something, I'm sure.
I have always wanted to own shoes.
I don't really know how shoes would work on you, but yeah.
He like puts like a.
I have many ideas before I Guar.
He like puts like a little like a claw like very like, you know, very carefully on Guar's shoulder and is like, I have faith in you.
I have lots of ideas.
Okay. Well, Guar's gonna take note that he needs to get a tape measure before he leaves this city.
Yes, well, Gisela Bella lifts her dress and she's wearing, like, little, like, fancy, like, slipper type things that are, you know, that are like shoes, but they're functionally slippers. So,
yeah,
hello, sir, not appearing. We see you, but not really. So, like, yes, I would also benefit for some boots.
Okay.
I should probably get my hands on a, perhaps less. She looks down at her outfit, which is very clearly not perhaps the best for traveling.
You know.
Yes, perhaps.
Why not travel in full
You need
festival
like a
garb?
jacket or something, or like a shawl.
I think I could possibly. I look at the material with the I look at the material that, you know, is made out of the gloves, and I'm like, I don't think I want a monster coat. No, thank you.
Oh, I just meant in general, like purchase one in town.
Like, yeah, I can go buy. I'll buy something, you know, or I'll make something or something.
Or something.
Okay, or something.
Clothes will appear. I will be wearing them.
Okay. Cora is just very confused. Solabella is the one who's normally supposed to be well spoken.
Yeah.
Oh, is this playlist?
Where is the little dude anyway?
Orly? He's
Making
still
money.
he's still trying to
Rolling
make
in the
money, get paid.
I, as the DM, know that, but Todd is asking.
Oh, I didn't realize that was in character. Mea culpa.
Yeah.
Fucking Todd.
In marks.
Fucking Todd.
Who else but Todd?
That's me.
Alright, you almost finished.
Well,
gloves.
the gloves, they're finished.
Shall we go find Orlando and present him with a present?
Yeah.
I mean,
Present.
well, you can present him with a present. We'll just follow you.
I itch.
We'll be your honor guard.
How do I still have bug bites
Okay.
for
Yeah.
the wedding?
Yeah.
Honor guard.
Alright. I've never had an honor guard before. Alright, so my
I gesture in such a way as to make it clear that I'm like expecting him to go in front of me.
alright, I have a few conditions for my honor guard. You all need to walk on your knees, so you're shorter than me.
I'm sorry,
and-
not. How about if Todd carries you on his shoulders?
Arj
Does that
calls
work?
from across the room. I don't have knees.
I want to
Yeah.
ride the bear.
Aw.
Well, I'm not suggesting that. You'd have to get Arj to agree to that.
Hey,
Arj.
I
Arj,
could accommodate you there over here.
You want to give the little man a piggyback ride?
You're
And
there.
Chloe like walks up like a toddler and does like the hand grabby thing. It's like pick me up.
He wants ups. He wants ups.
Oh, God.
Give me
I thought War was like 5 feet
I-
tall.
He is.
He is.
Oh,
Just saying he
can-
walks like a toddler.
like backpack.
Yeah. Cause Arj walks on 2 feet, right? Like consistently, so
Yeah. I mean, like he could walk. There's no reason he like wouldn't. He could just like crawl around.
Where'd my damn notebook go
What's
for that?
funnier?
Ah!
I don't know.
I can't find my
I
damn
do like
D&D
the
notebook.
idea of this fucking bear walking into the fucking tavern, carrying this like little man
This
like it's his son at Disneyland. Like,
A baby.
Splash
Yeah.
Mountain! Splash Mountain!
yeah.
No,
Where is a
this
baby?
isn't it. Fuck nuggets.
Anyways, let's go find Orly.
All right.
Where the hell?
Dun, 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 dun.
For simplicity's sake, we'll just say yeah, just over here, just go through.
Alright.
We'll just say there's like a door or something here. Leads to the tavern.
Alright, what is Orlando doing right now?
Schmoozing and telling fortunes that are probably way over the top.
Is he having any luck?
I don't know, DM, is he having any luck? I popped
As
my
you guys
hand.
scan the tavern for Orlando, he's very small, so you don't see him particularly, but you do see this very large man looking like he is about to like burst into tears, and he's like leaning over like, but will she love me? And as you like peek over, you could see that in front of him is Mr. Orlando, giving him a fortune reading.
Hi, sir. Oh wait, no, you go first, Silver. Go for it.
Absolutely, sir. She will be head over heels in love with you. She is your truest soulmate. Fair of face and large of bosom. And he pulls a card out, flips it over, looks at it, shakes his head, twists it around. Ah! And her father is quite well endowed. The cards could either mean that he is well endowed or very rich. I'm not sure which, but let's hope for the rich and not the, well, you know.
That's amazing.
This
Oh my
very
God.
large man with like this big scraggly beard. It's got like shit sticking out of it, and he's like crying, and he sniffles and rubs his eyes. He's like, thank you, small little man.
Always a pleasure, sir.
He drops 10 gold and slides it over to Orlando and gets out of the chair. The chair sort of creaking as he gets up because he's so fucking large and bulky, and he like just shuffles his way back to his group on the other side of the tavern.
I rush and sit down in the chair, and I'm like, "Hi, Orly."
Hello, Gizola Bella.
You're making such wonderful progress. I'm so happy.
Progress.
I have an announcement.
Okay.
Behold, I gesture towards R and Arj. Behold.
Finally talked the bear into giving him a ride. Fascinating. I expected this, and not because I'm clairvoyant.
I thought he was gonna be like, Arj is blue now. Okay.
Which is also a thing. There's a lot of blue happening with this party.
Yeah, it's a very blue party.
Obviously, we're just the Azure Company.
Ooh.
Blue da ba dee da ba die da ba dee da ba
Oh god!
Guar hops off of Arj's back and scurries over to Orly and pulls out the little gloves. I made these for you.
Oh, thank you. He takes them and kind of looks at them, and then he just blinks and sort of narrows his eyes at Gwar. Are these made of what I think they're made of?
Yep. If what
That
you think they're made of.
on what you think they're made of.
The hide of that scaly crystalline monstrosity.
Yes.
He holds them up to his nose and just kind of sniffs cautiously. They're rather more supple than I had anticipated.
Yeah, a lot more tender than I thought. But they seem to honestly lend themselves to crafting really well, so.
Kind of pokes it and then sticks his hand in. Oh, the fit's quite good, thank you.
You're welcome. Don't ask me how I got the measurements.
I presume it has something to do with me sleeping and you not.
No, not at all. Not one bit. That is incorrect.
You stole Mistress Flora's Taylor's notes?
I want to make an insight check from Guar.
Okay. Make your insight check. What you roll?
I got an 8.
Hell yeah!
Alright, well, let me roll deception then.
Todd's just like, yep, this checks out totally.
Okay, yep.
Yeah,
okay. Totally didn't measure Orly's hands while he was sleeping.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Todd buys it.
Yeah, only he'd have to go over there with, like, freaking engineering calipers or something.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Don't ask questions you're not prepared to hear the answers to. Come on, that's the first rule of mental health.
Yeah! Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know anything. Okay.
You know,
Oh my
Mr.
god, my
Eldritch
eyes.
Knight with negative int modifier.
Wait.
And listen, my int modifier is now just +0, okay? Leave me alone.
So skilled in the dark arts. Wow.
Oh, I know.
I know.
Yeah?
Have you tested them against any of the samples of the black stuff? Or am I your guinea pig?
Well, they don't really fit on anyone else's hands, so haven't really tested them. But I mean, if the monster could walk on it, and this is his skin, then unless it's magical, which I don't think the Solabella or I forget the library girl's name. They didn't it does. They didn't discover anything magical during the autopsy that could have lent to it being magical, reasoning why he was immune to it. So
Good enough. Alright, thank you very much.
you're welcome. I thought you might enjoy studying the crystals yourself, since I know crystal magic can be complicated, but you tend to be decent at all things magical.
That's a generous way of putting it, but thank you nonetheless for the compliment.
You're welcome.
Equipment. Where's add item?
So,
There we go. Add
we
item.
were going to leave town and see if we can go to a library
Where's my
nearby
custom
and
item?
look into the Fountain of Cerulean. Do you think Mistress Flora would be fine with that?
I suppose
It's a
if-
very interesting place. Very, I'm sure there's things that she's never seen before there.
I don't know that Mistress Flora would be quite well suited to a protracted journey outside of town, but I'm sure if we could convince her that there's some oddity or other in it for her, she'd consent.
Okay. Well, I would think that the Fountain of Cerulean would be more than enough
Or even just
reason.
fun dust. You saw Bella says.
What'd you say? I did not of the hear.
Sorry, I'm eating chocolate, so my mouth was full.
Oh,
Perhaps you would send us on a reconnaissance mission. Such a odd and interesting place. On her copper.
Yeah, I'm just worried she might want us to like desecrate it or something by taking things, but I mean, we can cross that bridge when we get to it.
And then probably burn it behind us if Todd has anything to do with it.
Hey! Nah, you're right.
Hey, entire house is burning behind him. That's
Yeah.
not me.
It's not nice.
What was it? Oh god, I don't know the fucking ye old English term that I was gonna use. Never mind. Forget I'm talking.
Mark.
We don't need ye old English. This is Aetheria, okay? Time is an enigma.
Comfort and joy.
Time isn't real.
Yeah. Time
Is this like
a
a Christmas
weird
music?
Time.
Emotions of my mind.
Time is a mortal construct.
Aren't you mortal?
Yes, and it's a mortal construct. Like weeks.
Time is inextricably tied with space.
God rest ye merry Keltishmen. Okay. Listen ad free with YouTube Premium.
Well, shall we attempt to convince Mistress Flora of the benefits and value to her, herself, her legacy, her empire, her fame, her
Her
fun,
hordes of
her
oddities.
alcoholism, her, you know.
I feel that I should object to the notion that Mistress Flora is an alcoholic. She simply overindulges on a regular basis.
And that's one way of
That's-
being an
It's the
alcoholic.
part.
But
That's the textbook definition of alcoholic, Orly.
No, I think he has a point. I think he's going somewhere with it.
well, regardless.
Todd, have you even noticed that you're holding a mimosa yet?
Shut up, Flora.
I mean, we're in a bar. They have drinks. It just happened to fall into my hand. I don't know how it happened. It's there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna drink it.
It's here, you know,
Yeah.
it's free?
Yeah, it's free because I don't have any fucking money.
This is the consistent Luca thing between campaigns.
I mean, I'm literally using the same character sheets.
Yeah. Poor as sin.
Yeah.
My god.
Hey, not to be, stupid, which I know, right? Where is Mistress Flora? Did we, like, leave her, like, unattended and unsupervised?
Orly? Did you see her last?
Absolutely. We left her to deal with the creature. With the, oh my god. What is the name of the dude, my friends? What did we name him? That guy. We left her to deal with that guy.
Dude, McCool.
For breakfast.
Cool.
So, presumably she's still at the inn, enjoying the, delightful hospitality
I need to cut my hair.
of the inn.
One
Yeah,
can hope.
well, yeah, hopefully.
If not, I suppose that spares us the conversation. We could just leave her a delicately worded note.
No, I think we should invite her.
I
Or at
do
least
not
invite
think
her to
that
help
would be
pay
wise.
us to do it.
I
Are
would
you
appreciate
sure that's
not
a good
doing
idea?
that.
Leave her a note under her, on her mantle for her to find when she wakes up, and then she can run and catch us.
We can leave it in the liquor cabinet because we know she'll look there.
With chocolates and a flower.
Oh,
Yes.
that's nice.
Just one.
Well, more than one flower would be excessive and also cost prohibitive.
My gosh. I mean, we can afford more than one flower. I mean,
We can afford more than one flower. However, consider for a moment what else we might spend that money on.
I can get the flowers. I can get the flowers.
But
I can get the flowers.
We
And
also
then-
must make a plan. We have, if we're leaving, we'll need to figure out how we're getting there, how we're transporting things. I can't walk that far.
we can check the town for carriage.
You
Orlando
guys
is
do
doing the little
that.
forehead rubby thing right now.
You guys deal with that. I'll go get the flowers for Mistress Flora. And I will meet you guys back at the plaza?
How about at the tavern where all of our stuff is?
Yeah! That too. Okay.
Yeah!
Bye. He just turns on his heel and just marches out.
Do you imagine we'll see him again?
I'm not even sure if I can say I hope so yet.
Orlando just kind of shuffles his deck and flips up the top card.
Let me see.
Was a D12, 20. I should remember
a-
this.
It was a D20 because it was a scale of how Not
Accurate.
accurate.
Oh,
Not
okay.
accurate, but like how obvious the answer is.
16.
Ooh, okay, let me see. I need to find my document.
Yeah, I lost the notebook that I was using for this campaign. So I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants right now. Like, not that I don't ever not do that.
Right. Let me
That
look
was
at
too many negatives. I don't even know what I just said. I
D&D's
think
an
Fine.
improv game anyway.
I ordered dim sum.
Oh my god, you can get dim sum. Oh, I'm so jealous. I miss egg custard buns with a vengeance.
I want crab rangoon.
That's not kosher.
Great crab rangoon. There's also
Fair.
great dim sum for me.
Alright, let's see. Okay. With the 16, I'm gonna say that you pull up Serenity upright. So the image is just like a nice picture of like rainbow water cascading down. And it represents a successful conclusion and triumph. So you can assume that that's a good sign that you'll probably run into him.
Heavy sigh, shuffle it back into my deck.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, I suppose since, well, Gisola Bella sort of puts her hands together and clasps her hands together and sighs. I suppose I should do a little research about how we'll get from here to there and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
That does sound like a good idea, as, generally speaking, my expertise extends solely to reserving a coach and ensuring that hotel reservations have been made.
Those are useful skills, Orlando.
Unfortunately, they are not useful when one is going off the beaten path.
That is true.
Solabella says, no comment, and sort of turns her way to start, turns off and starts looking around for stuff, aka Becca is going to look at her player's handbook to see about how much things cost.
Orlando is gonna kind of collect his stuff, collect what gold he has made, and go back to the inn in search of Mistress Flora.
Alrighty.
So, Timmy, how's it going? Tell me everything. How far is it to get from here to there?
To get from here, from Vertilli to Sanella? Is that what you're asking?
Indeed.
Alright, this is my
Okay.
Shattered Isles notebook.
Let's see. I would say by cart, it would take you probably about maybe a half day,
Nanda.
less than half a day's trip. So like a nice few hours by cart.
Why did I think this was like a million miles away?
Yeah, can't Arj just like take everybody there? Like, can't Arj just like lead everyone through the forest? That's closer than I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it would be like many days.
There's no real like forest from Vertilli to Sanella. It's like outskirts, plains, and then it turns into a desert.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's not the farthest away from Vertilli, but it's very far away from like literally everything else. Like if you Here, I'll just bring you all over. You see,
That can't be just a few hours.
it's not as like the continent is not as big as you're probably thinking. Like it's still pretty big, but it's like
If it took a few days to get from Judgment to Vertilli,
yes,
that's
but
3
also
days.
look at, yeah, but Judgment is also all the way down on the other side, and there's a lot of
But it
It's
still looks
different.
like it would be like a full.
His
I guess it'd be like a
notebook.
Yes, I can
Day
probably
and
like
a
roughly
half.
walk
My
most of that.
Illy notebook.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't want to walk the whole thing. And you know, blah blah blah. So,
Where the hell?
I guess my question is there like
Is it up here?
like your-ish path from there to here? Like, could we take a cart and it wouldn't be like a very
Keyboard.
stupid decision?
Magic
No, you
cards.
can absolutely. There's
More keyboard?
main like trade pathways and stuff between all of the
Okay.
major cities and stuff. You would just
Fantastic.
need to find a cart.
And something to drive it.
Yeah.
Do people in our party like generally have enough like world knowledge of like the land to know the way to really? Or like would we need like a navigator?
No, you guys know.
Okay.
You have good enough knowledge about where things are roughly and all that.
Cool.
Orlando can read a map, but he is also a total prissy city boy and probably wouldn't be able to nature his way out of a wet paper bag.
Yeah, Solabella is also a city girl, probably a city lady, not going to be able to nature her way out of a dry paper bag.
Thankfully, right now you don't need to nature your way out of anything.
Right, but I can also read a map, Orlando.
Yeah. So
Just
reading the
saying.
map is fine. Yeah.
Alright, so let's see. Okay, let me go back to the how much things cost chapter. Do 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 do. So can we like rent a mount, like a vehicle driver thing?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely, like, ask, or, like, I mean, you know, as a DM, of course, I'm gonna give you whatever you guys need to go wherever you gotta go. You just gotta ask the right people in-game.
Welcome back.
Thank
I
you.
suppose, I suppose it would be worth asking around to see if there is anyone already going that way that we could
Flash
join.
Flood warning.
Are you saying that in character or out of character?
Let me re-say it in character. Let's say that I go to the
Just bugging
main.
me.
Isolabella heads to the main gate of the city and asks. Actually, since she's pretty near to where like the center of town is, the square and stuff, she talks to. She asks. What's her name? Iridesia.
Iridessa?
so.
Yeah.
Iridesia. Question. We need to go to Sanella. Do you know of anywhere that I could go to ask if anyone else is heading that way that we might join their party?
I am never gonna find this
Oh,
fucking
yes.
notebook.
Let me see. I do believe that there should be someone you should be able to talk to about traveling. I think that information would be closer with the guardsmen at the guards headquarters. That might be a good place
Yes,
to
thank
start.
you.
Oh, of
Thank you
course.
so much, Iridesia. I really appreciate your help. Off I
it's
go
no
to the
trouble
other
at all.
place. Off I go to the other place to ask Bliss, the captain of the guards, the exact same question. So wherever Bliss is, I asked to talk to Bliss, to the captain of the guards.
Bliss comes over, and as you ask her the question, she sort of nods and is like, we can definitely arrange something for you if you would like. How long did you say you would need it for?
Wait, what?
All the days.
The cart.
Is this the one I was
Oh,
using?
I was,
No.
I'm not sure. We haven't that much stuff. Perhaps a few days, but perhaps a few days just to be safe.
Is not
All right.
it.
Yes. That can definitely be arranged. You know, we're in contact with the headquarters over there in Sonella, so you can just turn it into them and, you know, put everything together over there. It'll be fine. Yeah, we can get that arranged for you. How many people? It's gonna be you and the rest of your friends, right?
Yes, so that's 5 of us, I believe.
This one?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we should be able to come up with something. Alright,
No.
let
Thank you
me
so
go,
much,
of course, no problem. Let me go check
These are
my
novel
books real quick
stuff.
and see if I can,
I
get
think.
that set up for you.
Aha!
Thank you.
There it is. I found it!
Isolabella, in case you haven't noticed, is kind of pacing around.
I would like to announce that I found the notebook I was using for this campaign after much searching.
Woo! Sorry. I get loudly excited about things. Sorry.
Oh, good, oh,
I can't
good.
forgive you.
Wow.
Oh god, my life is over. How can I possibly forgive myself? FYI, lifestyle expenses. This is why I want Mistress Flora to back us with her delightful perfume, her delightful, lotions fortune, because to live comfortably per day is 2 GP a day. And
Yes.
to live wealthily, which is what I am accustomed to, is 4 GP a day.
Yes.
So that is why I want Mistress Flora's financial backing.
I mean, you
Or at
could
least ask
literally
for
just
it.
ask her. Yeah, you could literally just ask her for money. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to give it to you. Okay. So Bliss is going to come back and then say, okay, so for a cart, and then we're gonna need about 2 horses to pull the cart. And you said that's going all the way to Sonella. So that is this distance, and it's this. And I would say for a few days rental, about 75 gold should cover it. That will include cost for, you know, insurance, as well as, you know, feed for the horses and making sure that they're taken care of as well. Would you want to pay that up front or when you get there?
Let me see. The truth is, I didn't realize when I said we needed for a couple of days that we could just turn it back in Sonella, that we could hand the horse over in Sonella. But since it doesn't take a whole lot long to get to Sonella, I think we can say that we only needed for, say, either today or tomorrow. If we could get there today, then I would want it today. If we could get there tomorrow, I would want it. If we couldn't get there today, I would be like, we can get it tomorrow morning and then hand it in, you know, by the end of the day in Sonella.
It's yield hurts.
Yeah, it's like a wagon, like a caravan.
Like the car rental.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy car rental, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, that would break the price down, but I would say
That would be like a third of the price, of course, for
yes,
1/3 of the days.
it would be about 25 gold pieces then.
May I confer with my companions?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I will be back shortly.
All right.
Toodle-oo.
Toodaloo.
All right. Isola Bella. Oh, Bliss. By the way, can you recommend a Do you think your colleagues in Sonella will be able to recommend a reputable place to stay?
Oh, yeah. They'll be able to help you over there. Don't worry.
Wonderful. Thank you, Bliss. You're a treasure.
Thank you.
All right. Solabella feels comfortable with her research and heads back to the inn.
To the inn.
While Gisolabella is doing that, Guar is going to find a tape measure somewhere in town.
Okay.
There's no, like, tape measure for D&D 5e.
Technically
No,
speaking, wouldn't that just be a part of your smith's tools? Because it's like a tool of the trade?
I guess so.
Yeah, we can say that.
Okay. So then, instead he'll just he'll measure everyone except for Gisolabella and, Arj, because Arj doesn't really, or not Arj, Orly doesn't really need boots, because he flies everywhere. So, he's gonna measure everyone's
I can also
feet.
say that, yeah, you can also make a sort of tape measure out of a rope just by making knots at regular intervals. Obviously, it's not as exact, but that is a historical method of measurement.
Right.
Guess what, guys? You're in history class. I've co-opted this stream. I'm done.
Gosh. But yeah, I don't think Guar would have trouble measuring, Todd's, feet, but maybe Arj would be more difficult. I don't know if I would need to do a check to measure bare feet, so...
I think if the bear is cooperating, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and he just like
really
sits down
just-
like a dude.
Who is?
I
feel
think
like
it would
I should
mostly
know who
depend on like
Monkeyfish is.
what style of shoe
Hi,
you were going to
Monkeyfish.
make. And again, Solabella has ideas.
Oh, Monkeyfish followed me 23 days ago.
So,
That's why
I think it would
recognize
be
that
funny
name.
if you just made boots with like little holes for the claws, but like I don't know if that would like protect him from all the goo and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it would protect him very well if the claws were out.
Unless you made them like platforms.
Oh god! A
Oh
bear
my
in friggin'
God.
monster skin platform go-go boots.
Yes.
I'm picturing like those like samurai sandals.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just dad's
No,
Yeah.
I'm picturing Spice Girl
Platform.
shoes.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, either way, Guar is going to make them slip on because I don't know how well practiced Arj is in tying or velcroing shoes.
Oh gosh.
I don't think bears normally come with that experience.
I think like any kind of like slip-ons or like like those what are they called, Wellingtons, the rain boot things, like
But yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm making bear Wellingtons. Guar is gonna make bear Wellingtons.
Yay!
Bear Wellington.
Funny watching Silver stream because I get to see when they laugh.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Laugh it up, bitches.
Yeah. That's what Guar is
Oh, wrong thing.
going
I
to
want
plan his
customize
materials
that.
out
Nope,
while
not that window.
Gisolabella is
that window.
out asking about travel.
Oh, heartburn is real. I had hot pockets when I got home from work and it sucks.
Was
I
there
could be
anything else
looking a
anyone
spell
wants
right
to
now,
do?
but no losers are enjoying yourself. I kid, I love you. Alright.
Was there anything else anyone else wanted to do before I hop back to Gisolabella?
He going and
no, I'm
acquiring
good.
food for everyone. Cause Arj has money, like he just didn't want to pay the people. So Arj can go acquire foodstuffs and supplies for our journey. You can just yada through that.
Okay. Cool. Got that going. What is Orlando up to?
Orlando was going in search of Mistress Flora because as much as he enjoys the idea of leaving a note and disappearing, she has basically taken care of him his whole life, so he wants to let her know. And also
Okay.
see if she will finance their expedition.
Okay. With that, let's head back to the Queen's residence then. None of you are here. There we go.
Oh, deleted. Ah!
You have been extinguished from this map.
Yote.
You got yo.
Haha, I stole Silver's card.
Our innkeeper, man! I
Yeah,
will
there's-
wait outside until it's determined that enough time has passed that I can
He's
say that I'm there again, okay?
Yeah, just yeah, you're good. Just whenever.
Oh, in which case, right now.
Yes, you can go on in whenever you want.
So Mistress Flora is exactly where we left her.
Yeah.
How many empty glasses are on the table?
See, the thing about that is you're not sure if the waiters have been coming and picking up empty glasses as they are emptied and just giving her new ones. So you're actually not quite sure.
Could be refilling themselves. This is a fantasy bender.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Who's to say?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Thank you for the doodles. Oh my god, they're like all over the floor. I love that.
How did she become a rampaging alcoholic again?
Oh,
I don't know.
fine.
I think we just talked about it and then it stuck. Like, that's just what happened.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you know.
What on earth?
What?
So
I'm
has
trying
The Rolling Rock.
Orlando talking up Mistress Flora about the expedition?
Yeah.
You and Orlando come on in, and she looks up as she sees your familiar faces, and her little old lady face just sort of stretches as she smiles, and she goes, "Oh, hello, Orlando Wingisola Bella. How are you doing today?"
Mistress Flora, we are well. How are you?
"Oh, I am fantastic. Thank you for
Oh, how
asking."
marvelous.
It does look like you've been making some friends, Mistress Flora. Very thirsty friends, as it were.
Oh, you know how I am. I'm very sociable.
And it's such a wonderful quality.
I know.
I know. Mistress Flora knows what she's about.
It does.
Well,
She
when you've been
absolutely
at it as long as she has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows what she's got, and she's gonna flaunt it. And if you don't like it, that's your problem.
Gosh.
I want to be Mistress Flora when I grow up.
It's pretty much old age goals.
Yeah.
Basically.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, Mistress Flora, we were hoping to undertake a bit of a research project, to help Gizola Bella here, and Guar took an interest in it. Would you possibly allow us some time away from your presence to pursue that? We believe
So what you're
that-
looking for is illustrious Orlando. Illustrious presence.
I'm sorry, one of my cats just dove face first at the window full speed and went thump, and it scared the shit out of me.
Oh my god.
I'll be right back, because she's trying to murder something, and I'm not sure which side of the glass it's on.
Okay.
June, what are you doing?
Amazing.
Cat owners be like,
Yep.
It's true. It's very true.
Okay, Juniper,
Does
there's
everyone here
fucking
own a
nothing
cat except for me?
there! Oh my
I told you,
god!
my cat is your cat.
Oh, I
Ugh.
can't physically pet Miss Ripperoo, okay? So...
Well, that's because you have to get over here, you silly goose.
Well, fuck.
Okay,
Fuck,
up.
City, I
My
can't
cat to
control the
pet
weather.
Also, but my cat. I'd offer you to pet my cat also, but my cat like does not accept the existence of other beings besides myself. So, I'm afraid you're just screwed.
So update, Juniper was trying to murder the raindrops on the window.
Oh, Junie.
I love her.
She is not bright. Like, somehow she's simultaneously dumb as a box of rocks and an evil genius, and I'm not sure how she does it.
Cats are just like that.
She's an industry
Alright.
professional.
Alright, Silver, continue.
My
with what
cat's
you
an
were
absolute
saying.
angel. I don't know what's wrong with you people and your cats.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Ripley's also an angel. She's just also very naughty. She's a naughty angel.
Angels are
Alright.
not free of sin.
No.
Okay, awkward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Listen, Martin Luther.
Okay.
In
continue,
any
Silver.
event, word choice notwithstanding, I was hoping that you might give us your blessing and also perhaps your financial backing, because there might be shinies in it for you. I didn't know you like
Oh.
shinies. Yes, so we're in search of, he looks over at Gazolabella like, I have no idea where we're actually going. Please fill in the blanks for me.
We're searching for the. We're going to find the lost fountain of Cerulean. With my knowledge and the skills of your illustrious companions, Guar and Orlando, and Arj, and fingers crossed, Todd, we will discover a site that has been lost to us for centuries, if not millennia, and there discover wonders unknown by any living creature.
And Orlando just goes, yes, that, exactly, and does a very Todd-like finger guns.
What she said.
As you
I'm like
mentioned-
laying it on thick here, by the way.
Yeah. As you mentioned the fountain, you see Mistress Flora's eyes sort of widen in awe, and then she sort of gently waves her hands down to sort of be like, oh, hush, hush, and she leans in and whispers like, you're going to look for the fountain?
Yes? Isolabella is confused and whispers this, yes, with a lot of confusion.
Oh, okay. Away.
She
Yes?
grins very wide and is like, I had always hoped that the fountain is out there. You definitely have my blessing and my financial aid to take whatever you need. And you find that fountain.
Oh, we will. We will. We will. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Who needs
Isolabella,
FAFSA when you have...
sounds complete and clearly, would go and hug Mistress Flora if Mistress Flora was a hugger.
I was thinking
Actually,
it, and then
absolutely
Sven
is a hugger.
said it, and it's fucking.
In fact, she hugs you
God. Mistress Flora is
Isolabella
Aetherian
is
Sally
visibly
Mae.
overwhelmed and her eyes tear up and she starts waving her hands in front of her face because her eyes are hot because she's almost about to cry.
Mistress Flora sort of turns and pulls out this book, and you're not sure where she's been keeping it, but she has it on her person, and she just sort of gently brushes it off, and she hands it over to Isolabella, and it's this beautiful dark blue leatherback book with very shiny silver embroidery on it, and this large crystal that's in the middle of the cover. And she hands this to her and says, "Here, I want you to have this. I want you to keep it safe."
Is this something that Orly would recognize?
Kind of, sort of. You know that you have seen her with it before, but the last time you have physically seen it was when her husband was alive.
Mistress Flora was married?
He's
was
just gonna
married.
kind of gasp and look at it and then look over at Mistress Flora. Are you quite certain, Mistress, that you wish to part with that?
She nods as a small tear sort of like streams down her little old lady cheek.
Fuck.
She's like, it would be my pleasure if you would. Don't worry about it.
He's
It's
gonna
alright.
kind of flitter over, sit down on her shoulder, and just like pat her.
She's
Hug.
going to kiss the tip of her finger and then gently like boop Orly's little nose.
And he is going to kitty blush.
literally crying right now. Alright. Gisola Bella is like so absolutely just like bowled over and is like totally crying now.
She's also going to hand Gisola Bella a key and be like, "This is the key to my room upstairs. You remember where it is, I hope. Go in there
Yes.
and you can grab whatever you need, however much you want or that you'll need. It's all for you. What's mine is yours."
Thank you. What's
Guys, I
mine
think
is
we shouldn't take
you.
anything.
Wait, what did you say, son?
I think we shouldn't take anything.
Aww.
Why?
I think we should leave gold in the room.
No.
And see, I've got Fen in my head
Hey,
going,
guess
let's
what?
pick
It's
the
not up to
fucker
you.
bear.
Good news, Guar. It's not up to you. You don't have to make that tough decision.
You can literally
Right.
take every single coin she has upstairs, and she has like a bajillion more at home. Like she's fine.
Consider her an ethical billionaire for the purposes of this game.
Yeah, that's literally
Right?
what she is, an ethical billionaire. Like yeah.
She's literally Mary Kay.
Yeah.
Wow, this really is fantasy. Ethical billionaire.
Right. I mean, yes. There is no ethical consumption over capitalism, but like that's neither here nor
This
there.
isn't a capitalist
This
society.
is Aetheria.
Okay,
We don't
we
do
are
capitalism here.
definitely getting
Yeah.
off road here.
Tell him.
Excuse me. Seeps.
Mistress Flora is going to smile and look between the both of you and be like, "Is there anything else that you guys needed?"
No. I look forward to telling you of all that we've found, and hopefully bringing you there myself one day.
Orlando's just gonna kind of be a little flustered and go over the checklist of, are you sure you're gonna be okay? You know, you remember where this is, you remember where that is, you remember we made this reservation and that reservation, and I've written everything down, and do you remember where I put it?
She
He's
chuckles.
fussing over her.
She chuckles. And then it's
Be
like,
good son.
"You don't need to fret, Orlando. You've been more than good to me, and I appreciate you very much. But as much as I will miss you and Guar and the others, even though we just met, I think it's for the best that you go on this adventure without me."
Fake news, but okay.
What news?
Fake news, but okay.
Oh, fake
Fake.
news. Okay, I was like... Sorry, the ears no worky sometimes.
Ears are a human construct.
Yeah.
Hello?
Is
mean-
there like a typical Aetherian sort of expression for until we meet again or anything like that, or would it just be like
Or in
until
my
we meet
religion.
again?
Yeah, there, you could, let's see, what would it be? It's pretty much like until the heavens meet again, essentially, is what the colloquialism would be.
Oh, until the heavens meet again.
Until the heavens meet again.
That's sad.
Before he gets up, Orlando's just gonna like shuffle his cards real quick and flip up the top one, just kind of double checking because he's a little freak and he only rolled a 12, so here's for the best.
Okay. You pull out the Adventurer Upright, marking a new beginning and new adventures, new opportunities, and unlimited possibilities is what that means.
Until we meet again, Mistress Flora, thank you. Thank you for all you've done for me and for Gwar.
Of course.
Over the years. We will return, I assure you.
I'm just glomping.
He's occupied.
And make sure to send my regards to Gwar as well. You know, give him a little kiss on the cheek for me.
Maybe,
And
man.
a hug.
I shall do my best, Mistress Flora.
That's all I ask of you.
Well, aside from asking us to do the fountain, but like, you know, let's find the fountain. Even though we were already gonna find the fountain. I'll shut up now.
So, I'm not gonna do it, but for shits and giggles, would Orlando be able to cast Reduce on Gwar or Enlarge on himself to deliver said hug?
Yes.
I love that so
1000%.
much.
And you're a coward for not doing it.
You're a coward if you don't do it.
I'm a coward for don't do it.
So yes, you now have Mistress Flora's blessing and this nice mysterious book, as well as the key to her room to go grab whatever resources that you will need.
Hell yeah, let's pillage. Empty
Pillage
the
the
liquor
old lady's
cabinet for
room.
Todd.
God the god.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys gonna go to her room then?
Yeah, Orlando would go and like start gathering like his gear and or you know clothes or whatever they've got and Gwar's stuff and set it aside and find wherever Mistress Flora is stashing her gold and take an appropriate percentage of what is there, not knowing how much gold she actually has there.
Right. So she's got just pouches and pouches of gold that she's got just like on, like we'll just say that it's like on top of the dresser. It's like a large pouch of gold, lots of parchment papers, things like that. And yeah, there is her little cabinet of drinks and other such things.
A liquor. Take it.
Yeah. As far as stuff goes, like, I know she's got some maps and, like, charts and stuff, I think?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna summon a mage hand, I guess, and start gathering that stuff up, look for a bag, and at least pile, the maps and charts into it, and...
Well, relevant ones only, maybe.
Well, that does beg the
Bella
question,
suggests.
what is relevant? Because we don't know precisely which breadcrumbs may lead to which other breadcrumbs. I've never done something like this before. To be quite frank,
I know, it's possible we can always come back and pillage again, Isolabella says, a little sarcastically.
I know I'm not in the room, but does she have like any like a wardrobe with any like magic-y clothes, like with like any abilities or something that would be helpful that she'd allow us to take?
She probably doesn't have anything like super magically imposed.
Mm-hmm.
Other than like maybe a cloak of protection. But other than that, she just has like normal clothes. And such and such.
Mm-hmm.
Orlando's mostly just taking the maps and notes. The gold, I guess, one for him, one for Guar. Sorry, for some reason my throat's getting all weird.
Isolabella looks at whatever money that Mistress Flora has to sort of figure out what's a reasonable amount to take. So like how
All
much
of
is
it?
there? Like how much can we take out?
Take all of it, honestly.
Oh
Alright, let's
God.
just assume we take
All right,
all of
how
it.
much is that?
And
How much is that?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Well, it's quite a bit. Are you like sitting there and counting it, or?
I mean, like, just so we know how much money we have.
yeah,
like,
just wondering how much to add to our character
you know, like,
sheets.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have about enough for 50 plat each,
Holy guacamole.
and on top of that, about let's say 1,500 gold each.
the
The
fuck?
state.
Yeah.
Fucking fraud state. I can't believe this.
The fuck?
Alright, so let's just buy a damn house.
Yeah.
What the
You
fuck?
could if you wanted to buy a friendship house. You could
Friendship house.
get it while the real estate is hot.
Yeah,
Is it real estate market here? I need
It's
stats. I need.
reasonable. It's very reasonable. Like like there are systems put in place that are
I don't actually need details.
okay. Like if you want details, I've got them. I've thought of this shit. So, but yeah, no, everything's fine. It's good.
Isolabella will need to like gear up a little bit more because like the only like stuff that I have right now, I have Mistress Flora's blue book. I have a book that I had myself, and like a quill. I must have some ink, and then I have a letter from a dead colleague. That's literally all that I have on my person. So,
Oh.
yeah. Is my book a spell book? I think it must be. It might also be a journal. Let me edit that. LOL.
One sec. Anthony's power went out.
Oh dear.
No, are you okay? Not that.
He's not technically in the call. It's he let me know because he texted
It's a
me.
lie! Oh no.
Yeah.
Tell him we love him. Our hearts are
Yeah.
empty until he returns. Okay, so let me just
Very
manage
true.
my inventory and like buy some stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be able to like add things to your inventory through
Yeah.
D&D Beyond, and it should tell you how much they are, and you can just...
It does. It even tells you how much bad news bullets, bagpipes.
Yeah,
Oh
so
baby, oh baby.
yeah, just go crazy, buy whatever you want. It's your money and you need it now.
Yep. All right. Burnt othar fumes.
Those are an
Calligrapher's
awesome
supply.
poison.
Yeah, and they're super expensive if I recall correctly.
They
Oh, there he
are, but
goes.
they're awesome. My rogue in the other campaign went through
Suppose
some
I'll buy some
shit to get
traveler's
that.
clothes. So like if I'm wearing fine clothes, should I just like add that to my inventory to account for the fact that I have like 2 clothing outfits?
Sure.
Okay. And I will just interestingly, it's not listed. Ah, okay. Okay. I can't.
Gold, did you say it was?
1,500 gold and 50 plat.
Ooh, and is that for our whole party, or is it just like...
That is each. That is each.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is an official shitload of money.
Yeah. You guys are good.
I could 100% spend all of that money right now.
Oh, yeah.
I misread plate armor as pirate armor, and I got really excited for 1 second.
Aww.
I was like, what is that?
Arj in like a little pirate costume.
I was like, why does D&D have that?
There are pirates in D&D.
I know, but like, why does it have specifically pirate armor?
Because it's cool.
What's weird is that like I can't customize 2 different like if I have 2 books in my inventory, I can't customize each of them differently.
What's that?
You could create custom items.
Yeah.
I did, so I have a custom Mistress Flora's blue book, which I will absolutely be exploring very soon. Maybe when we're like in the thing, as long as like, can you get car sick in a cart? Can you get cart sick?
I mean, if your character would get cart sick, but it's not
Yeah.
generally a base thing.
Yeah.
Meow.
Ow.
Can you guys hear my cat?
No, I just
I
hear
don't
you
think so.
meowing at your cat.
My old headphones used to pick him up when he would scream at me.
Oh,
No longer.
baby.
Remember. Baby man.
He's like really giving me the business right now.
Oh. Which Mr. Mans is it?
It's I.
Oh, there he is! I heard that!
The baby!
Oh, baby.
Oh, Scrummer.
He is.
I am
Chatty.
such a cat nerd, I'm sorry.
Me too, man.
He didn't talk to me all day today, and I worked from home, and normally he's like my colleague.
Aww.
Not today.
I'm having a hell of a time figuring out what Orlando actually needs at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Alright, I'm loving this whole, like... Oh. What is a Warforged?
It's a race. They're like
Oh, okay.
battle automatons, but they have souls and stuff. And emotions.
Alright.
So I'm basically layering hide and leather armor because, like, I'm sure Arj like has like some kind of like natural hide, but I'm not sure like if it's like accounted for in my stats. So I figure the hide, like just having those stats right there, will probably even it out.
Mm-hmm.
Sense.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Ay, 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 like you very
Ay, ay, ay,
much.
ay, 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 ay. Hope Anthony's power comes back soon.
Oh
Poor thing.
dear.
Yeah, he said that there was a big storm over where he is.
I hope mine doesn't go out or something. Because I think Anthony's like near me, right? Like northeast coast.
Yeah.
He's in New Jersey right now.
Yeah, and I'm in Philly, so I think I'm getting the same storm.
He's
Sure,
And
you
it
get it
is
in
like real
a
bad.
couple days.
Yeah,
Is it coming from the northeast?
Hmm. I saw some like big lightning.
he's
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
northern
we had
Jersey, so
Okay, so it's probably not, but we're still getting the same kind of weather, I guess.
yeah, he's one of those North Jersey heathens.
It's not his fault his parents live there.
Yeah. Isn't it though?
No. Do not be mean to my boy.
Okay, but can I just say Staff of Adornment? Like, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. Alright, so Staff of Adornment. If you place an object weighing no more than 1 pound, such as a shard of crystal, an egg, or a stone, above the tip of the staff while holding it, the object floats an inch from the staff's tip and remains there until it is removed or until the staff is no longer in your possession. It can hold up to 3 such objects. While holding the staff, you can make one or more of the objects slowly spin or turn in place. What would happen if I put some of that, like, broken crystal shards in there, on there, and then I could have, like, a death hit thing on the top of my staff?
I want you to do that.
And the problem is like, if, like, something happens, I will, like, definitely damage myself and or my companions.
Well, you'll just have to see.
Yeah, I'll consider it in the future.
Because I do have something for that. Like, pre-planned, I have something for that.
Alright, I guess I feel like I have to do it because it's too cool. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get a Staff of Adornment and I will add a custom item, which is, did we keep any of that? I think we, like, maybe I can probably just ask Bliss for some of the broken crystal.
I can link you to like my homebrew of crystals and stuff. I can like quickly make that and just like link it to you.
Okay.
Let me see if I already have lightning crystals. My homebrew creation.
Bring Argent armor. No.
I will have to manage my inventory to be equipping something else. Yeah, let me equip my Staff of Adornment. Oh, I can equip both the dagger and the Staff of Adornment. And the staff doesn't weigh anything, so that's fine. I just carry a staff around now. Consider it like a walking stick plus thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I definitely want to talk to you about like how to incorporate chronic pain for my character.
Chronic pain?
That is the thing that I want to do. So I have ideas, but I don't want to like, you know.
That sounds odd, but okay. Alright, don't need that cloak of protection.
But if ours has gotten us food, yeah, I do have ink. 2 bottles of ink. And
Cloak of Elvenkind.
parchment and sheets. I have a spell book.
Alright, let's see if she'll give me the ring and...
My research journal.
Come on.
Timmy, in the gameplay, how do you want me to account for? I just, yada yada through acquiring an amount worth of food for the party.
I mean, we're just gonna say that you walked around to the grocers and stuff, like markets, to get food.
We just are nourished.
Yeah,
There's food around now.
Yeah, you've got everything that you need.
Yeah.
We don't need to go really into specifics of what you got. We'll just say that you got like general things like produce and like grains and stuff.
Perfect.
Maybe some trail mix, I don't know.
I would like some yogurt raisins, please.
Yeah.
Timmy, how much, if possible, to get these in the market would you want me to take out of my inventory for a Cloak of Elvenkind and a Ring of Warmth?
I'm not sure what those are or do.
I linked them in Roll20.
Oh, okay.
And if, let's just say that anything can be gotten in this city, but I think it can. Right?
Let me see. Yeah. Are those not in D&D Beyond for you to do they not show like a price on them?
No, they don't have a price.
Is
with
that?
magic items.
Of adornment. Doesn't have a weight either, actually.
With magic items, it's usually up to DM's discretion. I'll try to find, because I don't think I bookmarked it. There's something from GM Binder that Riken and I were using, if you want to use that.
Yeah, that might be helpful.
Yeah, like it says that the Staff of Adornment is common, but it is magical.
Right.
But let me look and see how much a staff actually weighs.
Alright, so that's got like some common items, the one I just linked in Discord, and then
Hi, pretty baby. Hi, how are me talking to my cat. Sorry, folks. Actually,
Yeah,
no. I'm not apologizing. I love my cat, and so do you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Vera, you're such a pretty baby. Hi.
Oh my god,
Let's
on this pricing guide, I misread armor of gleaming as armor of clenching, and that was a great moment. That would have been a great item.
Did you say armor of clenching?
Yes,
As in, like, you've got to go to the bathroom, but you can't get there yet?
something. It makes you really good at doing that. You can do that for an inordinate amount of time.
Amazing.
Okay. I'm gonna say that the cloak. Let's see. Cloak. I'm gonna say that the cloak is gonna be 200 gold,
Okay.
and the ring. And the ring, I will say, is like 1 to 150 gold.
Can I do a
Maybe
persuasion
just
check to see
100.
if I can get it on the lower side of the 1 to 150?
Yeah.
Alright, that is a 14, so...
Okay, with the 14, um, you get back a 125 offer.
Okay, so 325 altogether?
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Uh-huh. Scream.
Here he is now.
He's
I think
scrumming.
I acquired two things that also were like the no price, magical or something, or like proficient objects.
Yeah.
So should we go through those too?
Yeah, if you'd like to. Which items are those?
I got an immovable rod because I love them.
A removable rod.
Immovable.
Immovable rod. Okay, let me see. I think I've heard of that one.
Because that's how I know anything about indie.
Do you want me to link it in, Roll20?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah, the immovable rod. I got it. I am going to say that the immovable rod is going to be 500 gold pieces. And what was the other thing?
Was adamantine breastplate, which is a armor.
Got it.
They have the weight in as 20.
Potion of
Let's
healing.
see.
Orly. Have I taken any heals on Orly? I have not. Has anybody in this group taken heal? Oh, we have a cleric. Why am I asking stupid
All right.
questions?
The
I need to pick up
armor
some
will
heals, though.
cost about roughly about the same, if not a bit more. I would say 700 gold pieces.
Give the immovable rod a weight. But I can probably.
Apparatus of the Crab. Arcane Grimoire, that's a wizard thing. Astral Shard, what is that? Oh. Uh. Notes. Wizard. I feel
Rods
like
are 2 pounds according to Player's Handbook. So unless yours is extra heavy for the immovability of it, yeah.
Google said that it was like 5. That it was 5 for the weight.
Sounds like
And
how much
okay,
metal would
sure.
weigh.
As an arcane focus, a rod is 2 pounds, but
okay, I
no,
high
it's 5
key
for you.
want one of these.
Magic weighs 3 pounds.
So okay, so Timmy, I don't want one right now, but I think at some point we should cross paths with a bag of tricks.
Yeah.
It is an ordinary bag, but when you reach inside, you reveal the presence of a small fuzzy object. You use an action to pull the fuzzy object out and throw it 20 feet. When it lands, it transforms into a creature determined by rolling a d8 on the table for whatever color the bag is.
Incredible.
So, like, the gray one, you can pull a friggin' giant elk out of it, or a badger, a giant badger.
Oh, and you just
Yeah.
want Marge to eat it, right?
You can pull an actual brown bear or a lion out of the rust bag of tricks. And then the tan one's got, like, a giant hyena, a friggin' baboon in it.
Incredible. Yeah.
And
That's
it
good.
doesn't say that these fuzzy objects ever actually, oh, it vanishes at the next dawn.
I love that. Yeah, we can work on that eventually.
I just think it would be funny to have in the mix.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Anthony has said that we should continue if we haven't already, because his
We
power
are.
isn't coming back on. So
I still don't know how much to pay for my Staff of Adornment unless someone thought I was so beautiful that they just gave it to me.
oh, okay.
In which
Yeah,
case,
let me
I'll pay
look.
nothing.
The Staff of Adornment's actually only like 50 gold on the GM binder price list.
I don't
There you
know
go.
that. All right, marvelous.
Yeah,
Let
there you
me
go, 50.
customize that baby if I can. I don't know if I can. There we go. Customize 50 EP. There we go. All right, and then I can hit with it also.
Yay!
But it's not as effective as, oh no, it is hypothetically possibly more. It has the ability to be more effective than just using a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
1d6 plus 2 versus 1d4 plus 3.
Alright, so in Xanthar's Guide to Everything, there is a hat of wizardry that you have to be a wizard to use, but you can try to cast a cantrip that you don't know from the wizard spell list. And if you succeed on a DC 10 int check, you cast the spell.
I love
That's
that.
amazing.
That's fun.
Maybe we'll encounter one someday.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at all these items and see if I could put in some little fun things for you guys later on down the road.
Sorry, I like making loot tables.
It's fine. Alright, well, once you guys are done with your shopping, we can get
I think I'm okay. Look, I didn't buy like a blanket or pillow or anything, but
I mean, you guys should be fine. There's
yeah.
and honestly, there's probably like some of that stuff like already in the caravan that you're renting.
Yep.
and joining them here or something.
What's up, Lisa?
Oh, I was just like, where are we literally in the gameplay? Like,
So
do we like come up to
Orly,
this room?
Orly and Gisola Bella are still in Mistress Flora's room in
Oh no,
game
we've
right
had to
now.
go shopping, so
But if you guys wanted to like, art like,
we can
you guys have-
reconvene at like the police place and then head on out in our next 22 minutes.
yeah.
I was actually going to say, since we've only got 22 minutes in session and mostly what we've been doing is getting items and then getting on the road, do we just want to maybe clip the session a little early? Or do you want to, like, I guess, take whatever transitional roles you want from us for the trip to the next town?
Yeah, we can clip it here, and then, when we start back next time, then we can go like on the actual trip itself.
And maybe once Anthony's Wi-Fi is back, he can do whatever shopping he needs, and he can get whatever money he needs if he needs it.
Yeah, I can go through with that with him when he gets back. So did this day and time work out for everybody? Would we be good to do this again next week?
Time is fine. Are you gonna switch from Tuesdays to Mondays?
Mostly because Lisa goes back to work physically on Tuesdays.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
That's why we did Monday.
That makes sense. That's good.
And come September, I have class on Tuesday nights also. So
yeah.
Okay.
What were what were your free days again, Lisa?
Just not Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. Or actually, I guess Thursday nights I can do because the next day I'm working. Ooh, actually no, never mind. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I cannot do because I don't really ever know when I'm getting out. Everything else though.
Okay.
I think Mondays
because it really is just Monday because we can't do Fridays. Saturday, Sunday, I have other D&D sessions going on, so yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I just started a Sunday session.
Yeah. Just a heads up that on I think next Monday too, I will have rehearsal. Maybe. So we might end like a little bit early because it starts at 5:30. But like, yeah, well, we can plan for.
When is 5:30 compared to?
For you guys, it's 8:30, so it's literally just like 30 minutes before regular time.
That's totally fine by me.
Yeah.
So then we should plan to end at like 8:15 so that you can like have a drink of water and prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Go lie on the ground for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm all set.
Same day, same time.
Yes, a very administrative heavy session. That is just fine by me.
Yeah.
Had fun tonight, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Reach. Hooray. I have traveling clothes now. And
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is Gisola Bella gonna have like a new outfit for every city they go to?
Don't tempt me, but maybe. Like, that was not common. That doesn't seem like very reasonable, but she should probably get like, I'm just gonna say that like she has an extra shift or two, so like she can at least wash those on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I spent too much time watching other people make historical outfits, and I know how they work too well. So I'm gonna be like, oh, she's wearing stays. Anyway,
same.
I look forward to having a way of making drawings again so I can draw my girls' outfits.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Is there
gonna.
a way to share some of our art with the stream people?
I'm sorry.
Is there a way to share art with the stream people?
So I can post stuff on our Twitch page. Also, if you want, are you on Twitter?
Not really.
Okay, what do you use? Tumblr?
Oh yeah, baby.
Insta?
Tumblr.
If you want, I can put a link to your Tumblr on the Twitch page.
Yeah, I have a tag. Oh, I actually made a blog for Isolabella. Isolabella.tumblr.com.
Okay. And I am also I'm playing with setting up an add-on for the Twitch stream that would let us store like character bios and player information. So once I'm a little more familiar with that, I'll post the information and you guys can give me whatever you want me to put on the add-on.
Thank you. You're heroic.
Oh, thank you.